Welcome to the Lynn Miller Room. In this edition of the Eagles Sports Coaches Show, Brent Ericksen has joined us for our first segment, talking a little recap of the cross-country season, also looking forward to the track and field season that will come up in the spring. And Coach had a very successful cross-country season. If you take a look at, like we were talking about before we went on the air last year, you got here late in August, didn't get a chance to get your program down, but after 1 year of your program, you can see the strides that your young men and women are making.
Yeah, after these past few weekends of not having a race for a while, it's let us step back a little bit and evaluate kind of what kind of season we really did have, and yeah, that's been it is our team now, and it's that part of it's been fun. We've had our first recruiting class, and like we mentioned last year, we came in, we had one girl that could break 20 minutes, and now we've got 11 girls that could break 20 minutes. We've got 6 girls running in the 18s, and so we are making progress. You can see it. It's we want more, and we want some more. But we are making progress, and that's nice to see.
As a coach, you come into a program that really, as we all know, that wasn't in the best of shape, and you're trying to put your mark on this program. And the fact is that if you take a look from day one to now, you have to be really pleased.
We are, and it's nice to see. I think we put 4 guys on our all-time top 10, and in 1 year we're putting 4 of the all-time top 10 marks. I think that's impressive for the guys to be doing, and you just look down the list of what the guys did this year. We got second out of 21 teams at Memphis. We went to Vanderbilt and beat a lot of SEC teams down there. We beat Marshall, and then we go to Greater Louisville and get 7th out of 46 teams. And so, yeah, you really are seeing a lot of progress, especially on the guys' side there from a team standpoint. And, we picked to finish 6th in conference. We got 4th. We still wanted a little bit more there, but that's coaches being greedy. We want more, but we are really happy with our progress.
The fact that these young men and women go out and, as we talk about, it's a team sport but an individual sport, because you have to train. You have to do the legwork in a way. You have to keep that program that you design, and I like the fact that you design one for each, because each individual is different.
Well, they are, and certainly they all are on different miles programs and all those kind of things, but you're only as good as your 5th person, and that's really what we got to keep getting better at, getting deeper on those ends. On the girls' side, we've got to get a few top runners in, actually. We just talked about how many girls can break 20 and how many are in the 18s, but we need some 17s, we need a 16, we need some of those kind of girls as well, and we need the girls that we have to keep getting better, because if they keep up their improvement like they are, they can get there, and I think that they can see that as well.
Well, the success that you had right now is going to open the doors for more runners to come in and better runners to come in.
It is, I think, and having been here 1 year at least, we've had 1 recruiting class. We're working on the 2nd. We've already got 5 commitments on the girls' side. And, we are expanding our horizons here a little bit. We started local, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, as we want to do. And, and certainly we have the contacts in California and Oregon to venture that way as well.
You talk about your staff before and how good it is to have somebody to help you, because, you've got how many kids total?
We've, yeah. Well, we're around 30 kids at this point.
It's hard for one person to do it. So, to have a staff and to have someone that you can count on is very big in this process of building a real strict, good, winning cross-country program.
Well, it is, and that comes from Joe Rath, who's been with me 2nd year now coaching, and then Josh Seitz has joined us this year. He was our steeplechase record holder from last year. He came with me from Oregon, so we've got a staff that knows each other for really a long time. Joe ran with me prior to this as well, and so and it helps to know each other. We're 3 guys in one office, and if you're not happy with each other,
it takes somebody's going to be out the door. Yeah, so,
and it's not going to be me.
Yeah, that's true. So you mentioned a lot of the personal records set this year. As a cross-country runner, I mean, you always try to achieve, your personal time, I guess, towards the end of the season. I guess anytime you could,
Sure.
but
Sure.
you're striving to finish your best at the end of the season?
We are, and you know, cross country is always tougher that way though as well, because you may run up against a really tough course. And on our side of things, our national or our regional championship is a 10K, not a normal 8K. So we're talking about running 6.2 miles instead of 5, and so that changes things. That changes things, especially for a young team and freshmen that have never raced a 10K against kids from North Carolina and Duke and Virginia Tech and all the other assorted teams that are in our region. We've got the biggest region in the country. We've got 48 teams on our region. On the men's side, they sent 5 of those teams to nationals. No other region had that many teams go to nationals either. So we're in the toughest region, and at the end of the season, you've got your farthest race and your hardest race. And so once those freshmen get a grasp of that a little bit, and our younger team gets a grasp of that, I think we're going to be even better. We had no seniors on the guys' side. We returned everybody. We redshirted Max Runya, who we think can really help us, plus of the guys that are coming in, and so that part on the guys' side is really exciting. And the same thing with the girls. 6K is a different race. It's 1,000 meters farther, and it just takes a little bit of getting used to.
Brent Ericksen is our guest. Finished with the cross country. Let's preview the track if it's okay. What are you doing now leading up to the first track meet?
Well, they've had their 2 weeks off, and now we're going at it again. And so we're back in season and starting up, and so now they're back into their strength program and running drills and just basically getting back into it. You wouldn't believe that 2 weeks off would affect you that much. Well, yeah, they'll tell you, I feel like I've never run before. I'm out of shape now, and it's only been 2 weeks, but. So we're getting back into that. Now we have 4 groups instead of 2 groups. We're running 8s and 15s or one group, basically 15s and 5s, 3K, 5, and 5s and 10s. And so you're talking about a whole bunch of different groups, a lot of different people within those groups on the distance side of things. And so, so that's the start of it. Now we're heading into finals and trying to manage practice and finals and all those kind of things. But we really are excited to get going there too.
Most of your runners do run track as well as cross country. Now, where do you pick up maybe your field people, the people who maybe
We do have, and Coach Rath. Coach Rath is our sprint hurdle jump coach, and so we have some of those. But really, we are a distance program, and we let those kids know it. They want to compete. They can certainly come here, and we'll give them those opportunities, and we'll train them. But we are a distance program, and we're, that's what we are, that's who we are, and that's what we're going to be.
Tell us a little bit of what you've learned about the track and field in the Ohio Valley Conference. Usually you see, maybe Eastern Illinois, I think, they seem to host it a lot. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you see some teams that are fully funded, and you see some teams that now we're up to 12 teams, and so that gets even tougher. As you know, we saw it in cross country. You had 2 more teams. It gets harder every time you add more teams. Somebody's got some good something somewhere, and all college teams have some good things going on, and so that gets harder. Eastern Illinois is incredibly deep. Great facilities. We're going to get a chance to go there for our conference meet this year. Eastern Kentucky is like us in that they're a distance program. They do have some other things as well, but they're primarily a distance program too, and they'll certainly be a player, but not capable of winning because of how they've decided to do things as well. So, it's just Division I. It's a battle, and it's just how are you going to try to pick your poison, basically, and ours is going to be on the distance side.
Who are the strong teams? As you mentioned, you got 2 more teams. You got Belmont coming in. How is their track and field program?
We actually got after them a little bit this year. They were actually picked to finish. They had got some first place votes in cross, and we actually beat them in cross country on the men's side. On the ladies' side, they were second, and so they've got a good team. I think they're going to be a team to always contend in cross country, especially. In track, you've got Southeast Missouri, who's had a strong team. You've got Eastern Illinois. SIU Edwardsville is going to be stronger in track than they are in cross, and so they were a really strong team, Division II, prior to moving to Division I. So. suspect those teams will still be strong in track.
So between now and the time you get your meet, you mentioned they have to come back and get to work. Tell us a little bit about what a typical practice, maybe day and week is for your track team. I know that when we talked about this in cross country, I got a lot of remarks about, they didn't know just how much work it does go into.
Well, yeah, a typical week is different for each group and honestly each person. So it is hard to it is hard to quantify at times. You're certainly looking at your long run on Sundays. Typically on Monday we'll have an easier run with some speed on the end of it somewhere and strength training. Tuesday is what we call our VO2 max day, and so in a high school terms that would be some kind of interval something, usually at faster than race pace stuff. Wednesday's a recovery day. Thursday really depends on the group there. The longers are really working ATs and working their aerobic capacity. On the 8s and 15s, that's going to be different. They're going to be working more of their speed endurance or another factor that plays for them. And Friday we're usually doing an easy pre-meet something, and Saturday we're racing and
do it all over again.
And do it all over again. So yes, no doubt.
Well, we're looking forward to the track season here at Morehead State. We appreciate you because we can see the strides that this program has made, and I know that you do a lot of hard work with you and your staff.
Well, thank you very much. We're excited about the schedule, honestly, too. Now it's we've added University of Tennessee, the Sea Ray Relay, so we're going to bring some people down there, and I think there's some opportunities here for kids that do really well to maybe have a chance at doing a pin relays and a Drake relays and all those kind of things too. We've got some kids last year that really on the verge of regionals. We had a kid that ran 151 in the 800 and another one that ran 350 in the 15, and we've got some girls in the steeple that we think can do some things. So if all things play out, we could be having some really great meets for them as well.
You can always catch the latest news at msueagles.com. You can also click on the schedule. The schedule's up. You can see where his team will be heading, and we appreciate you. Have a good holiday, and we'll talk to you soon before the season begins.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too.
All right. Brent Ericksen, cross country and track coach, or track, or whatever I was trying to say, here at Morehead State University. We'll come back with more. This is the Eagle Sports Coaches Show.